20 useless but interesting facts about GTA San Andreas. The Tornado looks like a regular beat-up lowrider you'd find parked on Grove Street, but buried deep in the game files, this car is classified with all the properties of a fighter jet. If you go into those files and manually switch its vehicle type from car to plane, the Tornado transforms. It gets mounted machine guns and missiles. Inside the stadium in San Fierro, there is a sniper rifle sitting somewhere inside it. Sounds simple enough, right? Except you cannot get to it. Not through normal gameplay, not through cheats, not through any trick the average player knows. The only way to actually reach this rifle is with a free camera mod that lets you float through the world outside the boundaries of normal play. Rockstar placed a sniper rifle inside a stadium and then made it completely inaccessible. Whether it was cut content, a leftover from testing, or just Rockstar trolling, nobody really knows. Every road sign you see on the highways of San Andreas, the actual text on them is a lie. Well, technically a separate entity from the sign itself. The text you read is not painted onto the sign prop. It exists as its own independent object layered on top. What this means is Rockstar could use the exact same blank sign prop across the entire map and just swap in different text objects depending on what the sign needed to say. It is a clever memory optimization trick. The opening mission of San Andreas hits different, and there is a specific reason for that. The warm golden sunrise lighting you see as CJ gets dropped off in Los Santos, that is not just the default game lighting. Rockstar manually set the weather for that mission to Sunshine Countryside, a weather type that naturally only appears in rural areas of the map. It does not belong in the city. Rockstar forced it in just for this one mission, probably because someone looked at it and said, yeah, that looks incredible. And they were right. It is one of the most iconic opening shots in gaming history. There is a statue in San Fierro that a lot of players walk past without a second thought, but look at the face on it. That statue is widely believed to depict Sam Houser, the co-founder of Rockstar Games and the man most responsible for the Grand Theft Auto series becoming what it is. The symbol found on the paramedic vans is very questionable. I mean, Rockstar called it the sign of life, and sure, we will go with that. That is exactly what it is. The sign of life on an emergency vehicle. Totally normal, nothing suspicious whatsoever. Moving on. Whatever CJ is wearing, his shirt, his baggy jeans, his jacket, the fabric actually reacts to wind and movement. It is cloth physics. In 2004, on a game that was running on PlayStation 2 hardware, most games at the time had characters that were basically rigid dolls wearing painted on outfits. CJ's clothes flow and move as he walks, runs, and drives. It is the kind of detail you would expect from a modern open world game, not something from over 20 years ago. The BMX bike might be the most durable object in San Andreas. You can unload a full magazine into it. You can hit it with a rocket launcher. You can throw grenades at it repeatedly. Nothing happens. It will not take damage. The only confirmed way to destroy a BMX in San Andreas is to drive it into water. That is it. If you manage to get into a Police Maverick helicopter, you can actually toggle the searchlight on and off. The key for it on PC is caps lock. It turns on, it turns off. The light works. The problem is you have no control over where it points. The direction is completely fixed. Rockstar built in the ability to switch a functional searchlight on a helicopter on and off, and then gave you exactly zero ability to aim it. Fully implemented, completely useless. Walk up to any trash bag sitting on the street in San Andreas and look closely. There are flies buzzing around it. Tiny animated flies circling the garbage in a 2004 open world game where the draw distance is stretching the hardware to its limits. Someone at Rockstar took the time to animate insects hovering over trash. The Pay and Spray garage has specific dialogue for specific vehicles. Bring in a BMX and the mechanic says, I don't do toys. Fair enough, but bring in a rhino tank, an actual military tank, and he says, whoa, I don't touch nothing that hot. Not only does he have a reaction for the most absurd vehicle you could possibly drive into a spray shop, he has a reason for refusing it. The tank is too stolen. Even the crooked chop shop has standards. During the mission tagging up turf, Sweet tells CJ he is going to go check on another hood while CJ handles the tagging. It sounds like Sweet is out handling Grove Street business. He is not. If you track him down during the mission, Sweet is just sitting in the passenger seat of a car parked on Grove Street. He went nowhere. He did nothing. He told CJ he had things to take care of and then immediately parked himself and waited for CJ to finish. Sweet's leadership style is something else. Equip the thermal goggles and look at a body after you have killed an NPC. It shows up warm, orange, red, the heat signature you would expect from a living body. But stay and watch. Over time, the body will shift from warm colors to gray. The heat signature fades as the body temperature drops. Rockstar modeled actual post-mortem heat loss in a game from 2004. There is no reason this needed to exist. No mission requires it. It is just there. Every time you change the radio station in a vehicle, CJ performs a small animation, reaching toward the dash and interacting with the controls. It is quick, it is subtle, and most people never catch it because they are focused on the road or whatever is trying to kill them, but it is there. There is a barber shop at a specific location in San Andreas where CJ can go and get a haircut. Completely functional, fully operational. Does everything any other barbershop in the game does, except it does not appear on the map. No icon, no marker, no indication whatsoever that this location exists. Out in the desert, there is a sign that from one angle looks perfectly normal, circular, standard road sign shape. Walk around to the other side of it, and it is a rectangle. The same physical object appears to be a completely different shape depending on which side you are looking at it from. It is a texture mapping quirk that Rockstar either did not catch or did not care about. A sign in the middle of the desert that is literally two different shapes at the same time. The Hot Knife is already one of the coolest looking vehicles in the game, a classic hot rod with exposed machinery. But get close and look at the engine. There is a rotor inside it that is actually spinning, animated, moving in real time. It is not a static model of an engine with detail painted on. The engine components are actually rotating as the car sits there. The level of model detail Rockstar put into a single optional vehicle that most players drove once and forgot about is genuinely absurd. Start with a clean car, drive it around the map for several in-game hours without visiting a pay-end spray. Come back and look at it. The vehicle will have visibly accumulated dirt and grime across the body. It will not happen immediately. It is gradual, but it happens. The cars get dirty from use. It is a dynamic real-time effect that accumulates based on how much you drive. Inside CJ's house, in his mother's bedroom, there are magazines sitting around. Look at what is inside them. You will find actual pre-release screenshots of GTA San Andreas. Screenshots taken during development before the game shipped. Rockstar hid development images of the game inside the game itself. It is a behind-the-scenes document disguised as a piece of in-world clutter sitting in a dead woman's bedroom. In the mission reuniting the families, there is a sprunk billboard that the homies crash through during the escape sequence. It is a scripted story moment. Except that billboard is destructible before the mission ever triggers. You can go to that location ahead of time, blow it up with explosives, and it will be gone. Same thing applies to the Grove Street Bridge that Tenpenny destroys in the final mission. You can blow it up before the mission starts. Now, here is a bonus fact that almost nobody knows. The baggage handler vehicle at the airport can actually tug the air stairs. And once you position those stairs next to a plane like the AT-400, you can board it from the outside, which you normally cannot do at all. A baggage cart is technically the key to accessing one of the biggest planes in the game. That is 21 completely useless facts about San Andreas. Some of these I still cannot believe are actually in the game. If any of them got you, or if you knew all of them already, either way, drop it in the comments. See you in the next one.